Hello there! What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to be unboxing, building, and taking a look at everything that comes in the Star Wars Legion DSD1 Dwarf Spider Droid unit expansion for the Separatists of the Clone Wars. We have this beautiful ball of fury here. If you guys are new here to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. That's going to automatically enter you to win one of the many giveaways we've got going on right now. It's 12 Days of Life Day. Also, we're giving away a lightsaber. If you guys haven't already done that, you should check out some of the other links we have in the description below. You can join Discord. Sometimes giveaways going on in there as well. And for any of these giveaways, you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment. It's real simple. Also, big thanks to today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle, with the new Nova tokens. They are absolutely fantastic. You're going to love these tokens. They're absolutely gorgeous. They make great holiday gifts. They also make great prize support. If you know a store that is getting ready to have a tournament, let them know about these amazing tokens. If you use code Crabbok VIP, you're going to save 15% off your order. Orders of $35 or more are also going to get a free Crabbok lightsaber nunchuck token while supplies last. So check that out. All right, all the admin stuff out of the way. Let's get this box opened up. Take a look at everything that's going to come inside here. Not a whole lot in this particular box. I think we're only getting the one Spider Droid. He doesn't have any friends with him. He's all by himself. We got our single base here, little ATRT size base. Not too big, not too little, just about right. Oh yeah. There's not a whole lot to this sprue either, right? It's just the one. So this should be an easy one to put together. And it looks like they've kind of gonna double back on the way that they were doing stuff, and there's actually instructions here, which is gonna be really cool. Now, the way they do these instructions is the blue stuff has to be done before the tan stuff. So you want to do like the blue thing first, and then like do that part first, then that basically blue first, and then brown second. So, you know, like you see this part right here, and you're building this middle assembly, put those two together first, and then put everything else on top of that. And then there you go. And then that should go in there, and then everything else goes around the side of it. Looks like it's going to be pretty self-explanatory. We do have our little credits page there with the Fantasy Flight Miniatures team, and we have the self-destruct keywords right there. So if you want to see how self-destruct is going to work, we've got the super bomby, you know, explodey rules right there. The rules will not explode. And of course, there's our component listing, and I think that's just about everything. Yep, there it goes, right? Centered perfectly on the base. That antenna is going to get broken. I'm really curious how many people are going to break their antennas. It's almost certainly going to go breaky. All right, let's using all these weird. Let's take a look at this frame here. They like to call them frames. AMG doesn't like to use the word sprue, but I've always called it a sprue. So here we go. We've got our legs. We've got the top of our dome right there. We got middle sections there. We got more legs. We got the big old eyeballs, and then some different gun options. Right? You got the ion cannon, the regular gun, the flamethrower. Oh, the flamethrower looks cool. The flamethrower looks really cool. All right, let's see what else we've got. I don't know which version I'm going to go with. Don't know which version I'm going to do. Here's our card stock here. So we're going to get some ion tokens. We got their vehicle tokens. We got some aims, some dodges. We got damage tokens, and we got that support card or a support order token, because this is a support. Let's take a look at the cards. All right, so we've got the DSD1 Dwarf Spider Droid support unit here. It's going to be a base cost of 55 points. It's going to be able to have one of the brand new protocols upgrades. And then, of course, it's going to have a hard point and of course, the comms. We've got a wicked kick here with a red, a black, and a white. We've got the self-destruct mechanism, which is 3 red with blast and impact 1. He's got surge to hit, surge for defense, 2 speed, 6 wounds, and resilience of 4. White defense die. Not the most, you know, not the most craziest thing ever, but you know, that's all right. We have basically a lot of different keywords here. So let's take a look at self-destruct 4. If you've got at least 4 wound tokens, perform your self-destruct attack. So you cannot self-destruct when you've got only like 1, if you're full health, or if you have any less than 4 wounds. So, but that is going to be a free action. He's going to basically do that big old bomb attack on everybody. And so that's gonna be a really fun one. And of course, again, don't forget to check the rules. But yeah, it's range 1 only and in line of sight. So there we go. They can perform that attack at range 1 and in line of sight of whoever's doing it. And it's got blast too, so nobody's going to be able to hide behind a barricade and be like, "Oh, I get heavy cover from your thing." No, you don't. No, you don't. He has armor 3, which is going to help his survivability a lot, especially with that white defense die. He's a climbing vehicle, and he's got expert climber, which is again makes him very similar to an ATRT in some ways. And he's programmed. You must equip a protocols. You must equip a protocol, and we're going to take a look at those protocols here in just a second. He's got, basically you're going to probably run him with a protocol and a hard point most times, because otherwise he's got no ranged attack, and he won't be able to do that self-destruct if people just ignore him. And so you want to be able to, put some threat on you so that people don't ignore you, and then give you some options, hopefully. But yeah, so he seems like he's pretty decent. All right, so we've got the different protocols. We've got the attack protocols. It gives you AI aim, and it also gives you precise 2. And this is pretty nice. This is, I think, maybe one of my favorite ones, because aiming and if you don't want to aim, then you just make sure you give him an order that turn. And of course, with some of the new things like Kalani and some of the the new super tactical droids, you have a lot of ways around that. So I think, but if you're going to aim and do precise 2, especially with one of the hardpoint weapons, that can be really, really nice. So I like that. It's 3 points too. We've got defensive protocols. Maybe not my favorite here. And of course, this one does show the Persuader tank on it. Gives you AI dodge and nimble and outmaneuver. And so all good keywords to go along with AI dodge. But this is not the type of vehicle that I think I want to spend time dodging with. I don't think this is somebody that I really want to be dodging. Maybe certain other units in the future. This is my least favorite one just right now. But I could see certain other vehicles potentially having a better penchant for dodging, but I just don't think this guy wants to dodge. I think he wants to move and shoot. And speaking of moving and shooting, we've got engagement protocol, which will be probably a favorite by a lot of people because it gives you the most flexibility. It gives you AI attack and move, so you can either attack or move. Nothing special though, no special bonuses for that. But the flexibility comes at a cost because this one is going to cost 5 points. And out of all of these 3, I like the attack protocols probably the best for at least the type of lists that I'm thinking of, which will allow for me to give him orders a couple of times. And that's cool. But I think overall, engagement protocols is going to also be very much a winner, especially if you're running maybe 3 of these and you might not be able to get them all order tokens. We're also going to get 2 copies of Hacked Comms unit in here. This is going to work pretty well on this guy, especially, if you're playing the way you want to play, getting up close and personal to people and threatening them such that you can potentially get close enough to blow everybody up. Hacked Comm unit is going to be great. Plus, you'll be issuing yourself an order. So if you have something like attack protocols on there, you're like, hey, you know what? I don't need to worry about the AI aim, but I still gain precise 2. So that's pretty groovy. We've got some different hard points. So first we'll look at the flamethrower, which is a very, very nice weapon. It's going to be range 1 only. It's got a red and a white, and it has spray, so it's going to add the red and the white for every defending miniature in the defending unit. It is fixed front only, and it does have blast like most flamethrowers do, but that's a lot of, man, if you're shooting against a B1, that's a lot of dice. That's a lot of dice against a fully loaded B1 Battle Droids unit. But more likely than not, you'll probably be rolling against like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 miniatures. And still a lot of dice. It's a very nice attack pool with Surge to hit in there already. And then, of course, Blast, knocking that stuff out. The problem with this one, you got to be really close. And that one's 15 points. We also have the nose-mounted laser cannon. This one, really good, well-rounded, all-around solid weapon. We've got 5 dice rolling here, a red, 3 black, and a white. It's range 1 to 3. A lot of flexibility there. Good all-around threat. Critical 1 thrown in here as well, for good measure. Not the most needed place for critical 1, but still nice to be able to have it. And then we also have one more, and that's going to be a cheaper version. It's not even that bad. A nose-mounted ion blaster. Now this is a cyclable card, so it is going to exhaust, but if you don't use it, then the next turn you get to cycle it. It's range 2 to 4 only, so if we get longer range on this, it's only 10 points. You get the most dice, and you're getting again, this will work well with attack protocols essentially, you know. And it gives you fixed front with Ion 1 and Impact 2. Well, it doesn't give you fixed front. Fixed front's the limitation, but it's really great for vehicles. But honestly, this big of a dice pool can be really great for just about anybody. Now, you don't really have fire support going on in the Separatist army right now, but still, that's a big old dice pool for just one small unit. And you know, it's also the cheapest weapon, so this is definitely worth considering, especially for somebody who may want to blow himself up at some point. This is going to give you that turn to do a big aim and shoot, right? And then maybe next turn you issue him an order, and then you do 2 moves, and then you kind of get into position, right? This is one, though, it can be really tricky. Like, I think this is kind of like my preferred way to run these guys is with, you know, probably we'll throw in a hacked comms unit maybe. I probably wouldn't do that on this guy. He wants to be a little bit longer range. But I think we go something like the nose-mounted ion blaster. We do that. You know, I issue him some orders. We have some fun. We get those aims. We roll in. We're gonna need precise too with a dice pool that big. We've got surge to hit. We can get a lot of damage out there. It also gives us an insurance policy against vehicles. I really like this particular build, but I want to hear what you think of your builds. How do you want to run this guy? Are you more of an engagement protocols guy? Maybe be a little bit more well-rounded with like the nose-mounted laser cannon. Maybe you want that survivability that like, oh, look, I'm going to dodge and then move until I get close enough to hit you with the flamethrower. And if you start attacking me, I can maybe stay alive. Maybe I can also then take some damage and then blow you up. I don't know. There's a lot of cool ways to run this guy. Let's go ahead and build him out and see how he looks. Well, all right, that was easier than I thought. This was actually one of the easiest minis in a while to assemble. You just had to kind of figure out what kind of legs you want. There are a lot of extra legs. There's actually 8 legs in total, so I went with 3 of the kind of taller legs and 1 of the shorter legs, and I grabbed an old clone head that I had over here. This was just from like, I guess one of the clone kits that had like phase 1 and phase 2 helmets. So, you know, if you've been buying clones a lot, you probably have a couple of extra heads or helmets around. A lot of the clones have multiple head options. So I just decided I was gonna have this guy, you know, crushing an extra piece of clone armor on the battlefield. And so I thought that was pretty cool. So I went with 3 of those and 1 of those, and I went with the ion cannon gun on here because I did say that I liked that one. And you can definitely you know, choose out whichever one you want. I mean, it may be possible to magnetize these, but then you know, because the different gun options are kind of like that, and you'd have to take the dome off, and it'd be a little bit cumbersome. So I think I'm just gonna go with this, and that's gonna be good. And if I'm running a different one, then I'll just run a different one. You know, it's not really WYSIWYG, but it's really like build what you want. You know, have some fun with it, and hope that you don't break this darn thing. I've heard some people talking about maybe putting a little spring here in the bottom, so it's like boom, 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 a little whip antenna on them. But yeah, so looking pretty good, looking good. So that's about all we've got for the DSD1 Dwarf Spider Droid unit expansion unboxing and assembly and look at it and all of that good stuff. If you guys did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below. I'd love to have you join our Discord. We have a great family-friendly Discord talking about Legion, Armada, X-Wing, lots of your favorite games we talk about in the Discord. Also, check me out on social media. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing. Don't forget that 12 Days of Life Day is going on all month. Anything that winners don't claim will go to patrons. So extra chances to win lots of loot. I will talk to you guys soon. I want to thank you all so much for watching. And as always, remember, Stormtroopers had actually better aim than a lot of people think they did.